All right, welcome back, QRLS, to another banger matchup tonight. Last matchup of the night, we have Vibe Clan versus Bleacher Boys, a matchup of the Savage Division. Tonight, with me, casting for the first time, Mr. Brightside. Mr. Brightside, how you feeling about this matchup?
I'm feeling good about it tonight, honestly. I feel like these two teams will have to show up a lot to see what team comes out victorious tonight. But it also does seem like it will be an intense matchup from what it looks like so far.
Yeah, absolutely. A matchup of the division or Savage, excuse me, Savage division. As I was saying, Vibe Clan coming in at 3-9 with 8 points, and Bleacher Boys with 15. The bottom two of the Savage division. However, Bleacher Boys haven't done that bad this season. Vibe Clan looking to move up as well. Both teams have something to prove this match. If Vibe Clan do indeed sweep, Bleacher Boys and Vibe Clan would have the same record here um, after week 5. So definitely a lot to win and a lot to lose. But let me go ahead and introduce these teams for you on Vibe Clan. We have the captain Toaster. We have Bubs, Charred Totem, and Shrill Devotee. I always mess that one up. As a rookie, both Bubs and Shrill as a rookie. On the other side, Bleacher Boys, we have the captain Kip Taro along with Syrup rookie Masa and Doc. Definitely a very good matchup here. Mr. Brightside, what prediction do you have? Who do you think's winning in this best of 3 matchup?
Honestly, I feel like the Bleacher Boys might take this victory tonight, only because I have seen how one of their players have played before, and it's given me that little bit of hope that the Bleacher Boys are going to take it home. But the Vibe Clan, no doubt, will put up a fight.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think is going to be the scoreline? 2-1, 3-0 towards the Bleacher Boys?
I think it's going to go 2-0 for the Bleacher Boys
Okay,
tonight.
2-1. Gotcha. Yeah. I, honestly, this week has been full of upsets so far, as we just saw Astro um putting the bricks to Mustangs, and obviously Monday night was another uh not sweep, but another upset as well. If you haven't watched that matchup, don't, because I played in it and I did not play good. So please don't go back and watch that. Anyways, um, yeah, I think I'm gonna have Vibe Clan winning 2-1 here, to just continue that trend of upsets, because it seems like this week has been full of them. And personally, I'm always in it for the underdog. I think Bubs can make a real run at it here, and I think Vibe Clan could pull off something spectacular against the Bleacher Boys, and maybe make a run at Clarity United and start looking at Kings at the top of the division, trying to climb their way over Bleacher Boys. Obviously, they can't do that in 1 week. They would have to sweep, and that would only put them a point under Bleacher Boys, but that gets them that much closer to the top. So, I think I'm going to have Vibe Clan beating Bleacher Boys 2-1 here. We do have Vibe Clan, I believe, in here, and we have Bubs, Charred Totem, and Shrill all in the lobby. So that will be your starting roster for Vibe Clan. Bleacher Boys have not gotten in here quite yet, but the roster that's been going for them has been Kiptero, Syrup, and Doc, I believe. But there's a lot of interchanging there that can happen. Doc, Massa, and Syrup. You'll not normally see Syrup in there, but Doc and Massa, I believe, can switch around. Um, if I don't know, sometimes I can't do math. Either way, yeah. So definitely a huge matchup here in the Savage division. I'm gonna toss it over to Mr. Brightside real quick while I see if we get other players in here.
I will have to say the matches for tonight are going to be intense. It does seem like that we might just get a win from the Vibe Clan, but I do feel like the Bleacher Boys do have the upper hand depending on how they play, depending if it's passive or aggressive. It all depends on how the rotating goes. It goes both ways for both teams, but only time will tell what team will win this series tonight. It will be an extraordinary one, and my first one, to say the least.
Absolutely, and those rotations are, as you pointed out, very important, especially when it comes down to Kiptero and Bubs, those top players. Bubs being a 270 and Kiptero up there at the 285. The sheer amount of solo plays, and the just having to kind of be that carry for your team is really important, that you play good. So if you don't have that, then it's pretty difficult to get the series win. So honestly, it comes down to who. I mean, that's in every match. It comes down to who's playing better. But the lower the rating, the higher impact you can have. Last game we saw Kiev a 125 putting a shot on and into the net against the Mustangs in game 3, which ultimately boosted them forward and winning that game 3, beating Mustangs 2-1. If y'all haven't watched that, it was a really good game, so make sure to go back and watch that VOD. But I think other players are able to definitely make an impact on the game, but ultimately, I think it's going to come down to how good Bubs and Kiptero are playing in this one.
I would definitely agree with that because even if you are off by a little bit, even on your rotations or how your ball control is in the air or on the ground, it could be a massive slip up for your team, causing you maybe the entire match unless you can dial it back in and somehow regain what lead you had.
Yeah, absolutely. And I pointed it out last series, but this this week is kind of where you start seeing teams that haven't been doing as good start getting put out of the playoff picture. I mean, it's still possible if every week that you sweep from now on out, you're definitely going to get in. I mean, that's 30 points in 5 weeks, but you got to start performing now. And if you're Vibe Clan, you really need this series win, or else that puts you that much further from playoff contention. Bleacher Boys, on the other hand, they're still around the playoff picture. I think if it started today, they'd barely be in it. But you don't want to barely be in it. You want to be in it by a good margin, so that that last week where teams are fighting for spots, you don't have as much stress to worry about and are able to get into that playoff picture nice and easy. But either way, both these teams need this series win to propel them that much forward into that playoff picture, especially if you're Vibe Clan. We have Bleacher Boys in here. We got Captero, Doc, and Masa Moon in here for the Bleacher Boys, and we're gonna go ahead and tell them to go ahead and join. Um, this game is gonna be really, really important for the Savage Division to see who, if Vibe Clan will possibly be eliminated from the playoffs, or if they will start making their comeback in that Savage Division. We will see here shortly. Bubs and Kiptero on the kickoff. Game 1, here we go. This one goes towards the orange side. Doc is there. Char Totem going to try and put a shot on, but it's just wide. Now Shrill going to try and put that one back in, but it's cleared out. And now Bubs going to try and turn this one around, try and play it to his own backboard, but Moss is there. Shrill able to get the save. Kiptero puts that one back in. Doc puts that one almost on net, but Char Totem is able to get the save into his corner. Now Shrill going to try and make the clear. That one goes way far out. Doc going to try and put one on and is not able to. It's going to go off the top of the crossbar, but Char Totem is able to clear it into the corner.
Bobs and Shrill both trying to take control here in the corner with Doc on them. Sadly, he cannot get the ball into the net or out mid for one of his teammates. Bobs is going to try control it down. Chard following up, shoots a shot on net, but it's saved by Kiptero. But Shrivel Devote is trying again, just blocked again. And here comes Bobs trying again. It's also blocked away by Massa. These teams are really going at it with the pressure right now. This will be one of the most intense matches of tonight for sure. As Shrivel gets a shot blocked away by Massa, Bobs bangs it out mid. None of his teammates are there, so it leaves Doc with a clear straight down the mid, back onto the blue side. But Bobs is already back and on the ball, ready for it. Gets 50, but he just wins it. Doc taking it back, Shriveled missing his 50. and it's just back across into the mid. Bub's going to take control, pop it up here. Can he get the aerial shot on net? No, he cannot, as it is intercepted. But Kiptero misses. So does Shriveled, and it's on net by Doc. What a misplay by those two.
Doc coming in off of Shrill's miss on the ball. Unfortunate miss from Shrill. And Doc is there to clean it up and make his mistake count. Bleacher Boys up 1-0 in this one to get the first blood. Bub's now going to be on the ball. He's going to try and get this one past one of the Bleacher Boys. He does, but I believe Massa was there to clean that one up. Now, Kiptero tries to get the double, almost on net, but not quite. Chard going to be able to clear that one up and out. Now Bub's on the ball, but gets dunked by Massa. Shrill, not quite the best touch. Kiptero's going to be there, and Kiptero puts a shot on off of a Vibe Clan mistake, putting that one out mid.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate for the blue team over here. It could have gone a lot better if the rotations were just a bit tighter, but it is unfortunate. With 2 minutes and 50 left on the clock, Shrilled getting the 50 over onto Orange side's net. Misses his touch as Kiptero tries to take control, but Bubs is there and he misses his pop out mid for his teammates. Masame flicks it over Chard, pops it down middle. But wait, Bubs is there, taking control in the skies, gets 50'd by Massa, and it's back onto their side once again. Chard and Shriveled doubling on there is not the best thing, but it's fine because they will probably get the clear out unless Doc puts it straight on. All three of the blue team members were just struggling right there. It's an unfortunate sight to see, but when you've got one of them going for the squishy, one of them rotating back, and one of them on backboard, it's not what you want to see from the team play.
Yeah, we talked about how the performance from the higher rated players in this game was gonna matter, and Kiptero right now is absolutely taking advantage of the Vibe Clan with 1 goal, 1 assist, and he just puts that one in as well. 2 goals, 1 assist, and 1 save for Kiptero. 500-point performance so far against Bub's 100 points. I mean, 4-0 in this first game. Bleacher Boys are absolutely taking advantage of Vibe Clan. I don't see them coming back this game, and definitely need to go back to the books for this game too if they don't fix something quick in this first game.
I would have to agree with that, as all of them are missing the ball right now, and it's just back in front of their net. Bobs gets the save from Kiptero though, but it's just back in front of their net. Bobs gets another clear to save his team from going even further into the pits. What a lovely clear from Shriveled though, but it's just blocked by Doc, but it's already back at the net. Kiptero with the lovely clear down the center, with the redirect, and it's just bar out. Bob's trying to take control. Doc goes up for the aerial, gets challenged by Chard, but Kiptero's already there, putting it back on net. Kiptero gets the shot, and it's in net. 0-5 at 1:20 left on the clock.
Yeah, this is just kind of a beatdown coming here from Bleacher Boys against Vibe Clan. Kiptero, that was his hat trick there, putting up 732 points so far this game. 120 left, and I mean, you just got a feel for Vibe Clan right now. They kind of just want to get out of this one. Kiptero puts another shot on. That's his 4th goal. He's going to drop 1,000 this game if this keeps up. 6-0 towards Bleacher Boys. And, I mean, at this point, they're just getting their goal differential up for the league. I mean, they're just putting more and more shots on, more and more pressure coming in from Bleacher Boys. And if you're Vibe Clan, you've got to go back. You got to realize what went wrong this game, and you have to fix it before the next game, or else it's just going to be as bad or even worse.
Definitely, I would agree with that. The Vibe Clan isn't keeping up as much pressure as they could, while the Bleacher Boys are just ramming them with shots on net. As Kiptero gets a flick over, but it's in by Bubs.
Yeah, good shot there from Bubs. Kiptero kind of just loses possession of the ball, and Bubs realizes that and puts it bottom left. Kind of a consolation goal, but you need that. You need as much momentum as you can going into that second game. 49 seconds left, and you just got to hope, if you're Vibe Clan, not to get scored on here, or else a certain situation may arise as a lot of people know it as the Brazil in Rocket League. But we just hope that doesn't happen. Bubs trying to prevent that. A demo coming in. Kiptero going to try and reach it in time, but not quite. Char Totem with a lovely save. Masa going to try and get this one in. Doc is going to center that. Char Totem is there. He's going to be able to get the touch this time. This one's going to go out to Shrill. Now Masa going to be on the ball. Bubs going to try and play this one down. He's going to try and take up as much time in possession as possible, but gets 50'd. Now Shrill not able to make the read on the ball. Kiptero going to try and pass it down to Masa. Masa's going to keep it up here. Charred Totem with a good clear out, and this one's going to hit the floor. 6-1 towards Bleacher Boys, with Kiptero putting an absolute monster performance on the board.
Kiptero definitely dialed in that game and had to show up for the Bleacher Boys. The Vibe Clan had no idea what was coming until they got beat 6-1. It was really an intense game, but I feel like the Vibe Clan could have put up a bit more pressure had they have tried, but the Bleacher Boys were just there for everything.
Yeah, I mean, 1,034 points is just absolutely unheard of. And I mean, if you're looking at player of the week, Kiptero is definitely one to look at so far this series. If he's able to get the series win, 4 goals, 1 assist, and 3 saves. 5 out of 6 goal contribution there with 8 shots, and Bleacher Boys together put on 15 shots that game compared to Vibe Clan's 8. Vibe Clan still had 8 shots that game, but only converted 1. And I mean, that just goes to show you that the chances either weren't that great or Bleacher Boys' defense was really good that game. So either way, Vibe Clan has to create better chances against this Bleacher Boys defense and has to defend against this huge Bleacher Boys offense.
Definitely, that is something we can both agree on. But if they want to be able to make a comeback this round, they have to keep up the pressure and they have to make sure they're on defense as well.
Yeah, we're going to wait for this one to get started as we may have an issue coming in here. But either way, yeah, I mean, Bleacher Boys put up Masa didn't put up as many points as you would have liked, but he didn't need to. I mean, Doc and Kiptero put an absolute monster performance up, and that's what you want to see from like a player like Doc, who I believe is like a 160, around 150 or 160 range off the top of my head. And if you have players like that putting up a performance like 564 points for your team, that's absolutely what you want to see. And like I said earlier, like the lower the rating, the higher impact they can have on the game. And I think Doc was, besides Kiptero, I think Doc was a real impact on that game, getting those 2 saves and 2 goals for the team. They were really impactful towards the series.
Agree with that. Definitely. But that was one hell of a match for the Vibe Clan, getting beat 6-0 on the first match. Within the first minute, it was 2-3 goals alone. And it probably just was not what they were expecting from the first round. But as we wait to come into the second round, I would just like to say that that was probably the most quickest round for someone to get a whole team to get scored on that I have witnessed in my time as a Rocket League player. I've never witnessed anything like that, and it's just insane to see how these players are just on the ball, keeping up the pressure, and just know how to play their position better than anyone else on the field.
Yeah, I think from casting so much of Bleacher Boys, as we get this one on the way, by the way, casting so much of Bleacher Boys, I think that was the best performance I've seen out of them against a team. They just looked really together there. And last week, they didn't get the result they wanted due to having to sub some of their team. But it is definitely a good sight to see getting that 6-1 the first game. However, if you're Vibe Clan, you've got to turn that narrative around. So now we enter the second game. Charred Totem going to try and stop this one here. Shrill is going to be able to clear it back into the Bleacher Boys half, but now Kiptero on the ball. Not enough boost to keep going, and that's what you want if you're Vibe Clan. Keep Kiptero off the ball or with as low boost as possible. Good shot there by Doc, but it's cleared away. Now Captero going to try and place this one back into the mid. Moss is there, but he's not able to get the shot. Now Doc going to be able to play this one back into the blue half. Shrill with a good clear. Massa going to try and make the touch, not able to, but Captero's going to be able to clean up the touch. Doc with a good clear out. Shrill, not the touch that you want. Who's there to clean it up first? It's Doc, but not able to get the touch that he wanted.
Definitely. And as the ball gets put back on net, Bobs is already there. No burst, but he will do his best to make them think he has burst just to clear it out onto their side of the net. As Massa gets the save and Chard brings it all the way back down. Doc with an easy touch and nice control, trying to 50 it past, but Bobs is just there. And Shriveled is already up in the air, ready for this, but it's saved by Captero. Chard gets a clear over to the corner, going to try see if he can get another touch, but he pulls off as Massa gets another touch. And Captero is just going to take this down the field, straight into the net, but no, Shriveled gets the easy save. And Bobs wins the 50.
Good stop there from Captero. Now Bubs on the ball. He's going to try and maybe pinch here, but he decides to go up the wall instead and gets a bump on Captero, setting up Chard Totem for Vibe Clan's second goal of the series and first lead of the series. Chard Totem with a good shot leading up from Bubs' big bump on Captero. I mean, that's definitely what you want to see, keeping Captero out of the play, and you will have good results if you're the Vibe Clan. Now Shrill on the ball, looking to increase their lead. Not the touch they wanted, but he gets it around one. Now, Captero on the ball. He has boost and time. Gets the flip reset over Bubs. Doc is there. Not quite the shot that you want, and Shrill is able to clear it out to Chard Totem. Chard Totem off the backboard. Kip not able to make the read. Now Chard Totem going to try and get it back. Bubs is up. Doesn't get the flip reset. Doc is there to challenge him, and Moss is going to get the clear.
Captero with an easy clear down onto their side, but Bobs will intercept it and get another touch, but Captero just waits on it, gets 50, but it goes in his favor as Shrill puts it back to their corner and Doc clears it out. Bob's going up into the air now, going for the flip reset, but misses it completely. But it's still on the Bleacher Boys' side. Is Charge tries to put a shot on, but it's just not strong enough as it gets saved away by Massa. Bob's taking control with full boost here, goes off the ceiling, one touch, two touch, and it's just down, but he bumps Doc, and it's just blocked away by Captero and Doc. Chard going up onto the ceiling here. Go ahead.
Captero with the shot there off of the pass from Massa, and it's all tied up here in game two. I don't know if Shrill thought that Massa was going to get the second touch there, but either way, Shrill just seconds or milliseconds late to that ball, and Captero is going to be able to get the dunk with his long car. Captero with a good shot on net to bring this to ones. Vibe Clan now need a goal to put them back ahead. They definitely do not want to go 2-0 down in this series, looking at a series sweep from Bleacher Boys. It's hard to come back from that. Shrill with a beautiful save. Captero going to try and put this one back down mid, but Bubs is there to clean it up. Bubs with a good 50. Chard Totem gets a good 50 as well, and that one's just going to roll into the net off the 50 from Bubs. I think rotations from Bleacher Boys may have wavered a little bit there.
Maybe so, but it does seem that the Vibe Clan is bringing it back this game. They do not want the sweep, so they will. They have a minute and 10 left on the clock to try win this game. If not, it will go into overtime as Masame is up on the ball, gets one touch down in front of net, but it's cleared away by Bubs. Captero's just going to put it back, and Chard's missing his touch. Is behind Bubs as he's bumped into it with no burst. Captero playing the 50 here. Thrilled, missing his touch, and it's just down onto their side from Doc again. Can they hold off for 40 more seconds until the game ends?
Yeah, it's interesting to say that Bleacher Boys are on the back foot here after their last game beating Vibe Clan 6-1. But either way, I mean, a game's a game. Like, beating a team 6-1 doesn't give you the series. So, Bleacher Boys the one that need to score here with 20 seconds left. Are they going to be able to do it? Captero on the backboard, passes it mid, but Shrill's going to be able to clean it up there. Shrill with another 50. This one goes into the corner. Bubs is going to need to make a touch. A good 50 from him, and he does. Double commit coming out from Vibe Clan, and I think Captero's going to have time and space here. Gets it over one, but not over Bubs, and Vibe Clan just has to put this one down on the ground. Masa going to be able to take a shot, but it's saved away by Shrill there. Doc going to keep it up for Captero. Captero off the backboard. Charge Totem is there. They just need it to touch the ground, and it does. Vibe Clan with the Game 2 win brings us to 1-1 in the series, and we're looking at Champions Field.
Definitely. I will say Vibe Clan did have to move their rotations around a bit to bring that one back. They were playing a bit more passive, but a lot more on the aggressive side to put some shots on the net and in the goal. Shrilled with 413 points and 4 saves takes the MVP for this match on his side of the team. I will say they definitely upped it on the defense quite a bit, but over on the Bleacher Boys, 5 saves for both teams actually, but they just could not stop the insane comeback from Vibe Clan.
Yeah, I think that bump in the on the first goal is kind of what sent Bleacher Boys off their game. They weren't expecting that. Captero not expecting that. Still a 400-point performance from him, but Shrill, I think we need to talk about his 4-save performance. I mean, that's extraordinary. I know he didn't have any goals, but 4 saves and preventing the other team from scoring that many times is good in of itself. Also, Charred Totem with 2 goals there that game. Beautiful from him, putting up 392 points. Good game all around from Vibe Clan with 8 shots compared to 6 from the Bleacher Boys as we get this next game started.
Yeah, that bump last game really tipped it over in the Vibe Clan's favor, but let's see how this game goes. Moving on to game 3. It all depends on how the players are playing as Shrill grabs a boost and takes it up wall, getting another touch down, trying to get it to one of his teammates, but no one's just there in time. Masa's just going to bang it down. Shrill's going to pop it over too, and it's just him and Captero in a 1v1. He pops it out mid, but none of his teammates are there as Bob gets the demo on Docs as well.
Yeah, now back into the orange half. Masa gets a good clear, but not past Shrill. Shrill's going to try and put this one mid or get a bump on Captero. Captero not able to make the touch, but neither is Charred Totem. Now Bub's going to have to make a stop on the defensive side. He's able to stop him for now, but Captero puts that one out mid. Now Doc going to be able to intercept. Charred Totem going to put it up to Bubs. Doc with a good jump. Now Captero on the ball with almost full boost. Gets it over Shrill. That one's down. He can't quite get the double tap in, but it's still there. Masa not going to be able to quite put it in. And Bubs is going to get the clear out. Back to Doc. Doc going to try and take it back up the wall here. Not able to do it. And Charred Totem is going to be able to clear out. Not as far as Captero. Captero off the wall. He's going to be off the ceiling now, but Shrill is going to be able to get the clear.
Yeah, and they keep just putting shots on net to keep up the pressure. Good saves from Chard as Bob takes control off the back wall, opts to clear it as far out as he can to give his teammates room. So that's just a shot on net, saved by Captero. Shriveled gets the demo on Captero though, giving them a chance to put it over and maybe in, but no, it's saved by Masa. It's still there though, but it gets cleared away by Captero and Masa again. This really is one hell of a match, and the amount of bumping in demos that is going on, only time will tell where this match will end as Bobs tries to put a shot on net but just cannot get it around.
Yeah, now Captero gonna go up against Charred Totem, and Captero actually gets bumped off the ball. Masa now gonna try and get it around one, and does. Now Masa in a 1v1 against Bubs, but Bubs makes a fantastic save against him. Now Doc on the ball, gets it past one. Shrill is going to be there. It's going to be off the wall. Who's going to be there first? It's going to be Captero, kind of. He gets a 50 over Bubs. Masa going to try and put this one mid for his team. not able to do so, and Captero's going to have to make a save on the back foot here against the Vibe Clan offense. He gets the 50. Now this one's out to Masa. Masa opts not to touch the ball and leave it for Captero. He's still going to get the 50 here, though. He's going to hang around. Shrill going to put this one out mid. He's going to be still on the ball. He gets it past 1, and he gets it past 2. Shrill with the touch off the ceiling. He's able to get the shot over all of the Bleacher boys, honestly.
Yeah, that was really a nice shot coming from Shrill. You don't see anything like that in a regular match. So the fact that he's able to pull it off with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock is really good for their team to try and secure them the win. But Doc misses his touch here. Captero takes the touch and flicks it all the way down. Chard hits it backwards, not the touch he was expecting there as it's on their net, but Bubs with the epic save coming in to stop it as it's all the way back off their backboard. No one's just there for that. It's open. Trill that puts it back on. Captero gets the save, and it's just a back and forth between these teams, honestly.
Yeah, Moss is going to be able to put that one down and on net, but Shrill able to get the save. He's been really good the past 2 matches. Captero going to try and get this one around and put a shot on. He does not want his 1,000-point performance in the first game to go unnoticed. He needs a win here. Chard Totem going to be up against Masa, but Masa wins that matchup. Now Bubs on the bat foot. He's going to need to make a save here or a touch, and he does. Gets it past 1, but not past Doc. Shrill now on the ball. Doesn't get the reset. Opts to pass it to Chard, but Chard decided to go for the bump and leave it for Bubs. Bubs now on the ball. Can't quite get the shot. Doc gets the 50 there. Captero, that's going to be on net, but a beautiful save by Bubs. And now this is going back down the other side. 45 seconds left for Vibe Clan and Bleacher Boys. Bleacher Boys need a goal, and they need it fast.
Definitely, but it doesn't look that way. It's just another shot on net, saved by Captero as he clears it all the way down, and it's almost a dunk in. But Chard is managed to get there and get the save. Captero opting to take control here, trying to pop it over, but Chard is just challenging that just to make sure they can have the win. Doc on the ball, plays a 50, and it goes in his favor. He is 0 boost right now, but he is doing anything he can to center this as Massa puts it off. Doc back on the control here, pops it up. Hopefully one of them can be there to put it mid, but no. Captero has to opt to put it on net, but it's just not a strong enough touch. As it goes to the wall, 0 seconds left on the clock, and it does not look like the Bleacher Boys can secure this as the Vibe Clan take the win.
So after Captero's 1,000-point performance and a 6-1 victory in the first game, Vibe Clan fight back and win 2-1 in the second game and 1-0 in the first game for the 3rd upset out of the 3 matches this week. Absolutely insane coming in this 5th week in the QRLS. I mean, everything's flipping upside down. Astros beating Mustangs, Speed Demons beating Hammerheads. Now Vibe Clan beating Bleacher Boys is just, I mean, yeah, Artemis, it is upset week. I mean, it's insane. I'm taking the upset on every single series this week. It's wild. I mean, if you're Bleacher Boys, you have to be upset or going back to the drawing board here because I mean you literally had their number all of the first game, and now Vibe Clan come out and steal 2 games from you.
Yeah, and as you said, with Captero's 1,000-point lead in the first game, it's just not the thing you want to see out of game 2 and 3 as Vibe Clan bring it back. It is probably the most intense and most positioned game these boys have played. To be able to come back from 0-1 to 2-1, it is really impressive from these boys.
Yeah, and I mean you have to. I still think if you're Bleacher Boys, you have to be upset because I mean in that first game Doc dropped 500 points, and then that last game he dropped 68 with only 1 shot to his name. And in the Bleacher Boys first game, I think they put something crazy like 14 or 15 shots on, or something like that. And in that last game, they put on 5. I mean, either Vibe Clan switched something way around, or Bleacher Boys just couldn't continue what they were doing in that first game. Either way, it was a really good series, close series. I think either one of those last two games could have gone to either team. It's just unfortunate that Bleacher Boys weren't able to make the correct rotations, the correct positioning in that in those last two games. Capterra trying to fight his heart out in that series, but two saves and only 3 shots in that last game, not able to convert any of his goals. It's tough to win a series, especially if you can't score in the last couple games.
Definitely, and that is something to agree on. But definitely the Vibe Clan had refined their rotation in games 2 and 3. You could see that they were playing more so defensive, but more aggressive. They were trying to balance it out to try get the win back.
Yeah, most definitely. And now for Vibe Clan, we have Shrill coming in for an interview. Shrill, how you feeling about that after that really good series?
I am feeling good. I haven't played Rocket League in like 2 days, and I come back and I'm doing better than I was when I left.
That's what you want to that's what you want to see, right?
Oh, absolutely.
After that 6-1 loss in the first game, did y'all switch something around, or did y'all just kind of like shake that one off like that was kind of a warm up, and then just kind of continue with your game plan in the last two games?
No, I wouldn't say it was a warm up. It was more of adapting to their play style because we went in not knowing who any of the players were. So after the first game, we noticed they were playing a lot more aggressive. So we in turn also played more aggressive and try to just keep the ball on their side of the field rather than take control. And it ended up working out for us in the end.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was a really good series, and that last two games, were y'all more focused on defense, or was it like more like you said? Did you kind of just get more aggressive, and that was the reason that y'all played such good defense?
Because of their aggressiveness and tendency to go after bumps or demos, we try to just get one goal up and play defense, but without having to go on attack, so we don't overcommit too hard,
I
and just
got
keep
you.
that one goal lead.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that, especially in that second game, y'all kind of played a little bit more reserved, but also when they kind of overcommitted, then you got aggressive on the offensive end. That was really good. I
Oh
don't have
yeah.
any more. I don't have any more questions, Mr. Brightside. You got anything?
I will have to ask during game 2 and 3 on the defensive side of things, what changed from game 1? Because I did see there was a slight shift in how all of you played on the defensive and on the offensive side.
Well, if I'm being honest with y'all, don't know what happened in game one, but we did start calming a lot more in game two, and I feel like the server got better because Asta was lagging quite a bit on that first game.
Yeah, lag is just not a thing you want to see in the games, but it is a surprise that you somehow made it back 2-1 from that 6-1 loss in the first round. It is really extraordinary to see.
Yeah, and let that 6-1 loss get us down. We just try to come back from that. We still had at least two more games to play, so just
Yeah,
played out
I
the
mean,
other two.
absolutely, and that's the mindset that you want to have, right? Like going into that, they may have won 6-1, but that's just that's just a win, right? Like that's just one game. You still got two to play, and you can still win the series, and y'all did. Like I don't think I could have done that with my team. I mean, that's extraordinary coming out from y'all. So
Shots
props
fired.
to y'all. Good win. What? Shots fired.
I don't know.
Did I say something?
No, 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 no. Keep
Okay.
going. No, we're good.
But yeah, it was a good win from y'all. Congrats on the victory. Um, we'll go ahead and let you get back to celebrating with your team. Appreciate you coming in here and spending your time and giving us an interview. Is there anything you want to say to the viewers or anything like that?
We ball.
We ball. Okay.
We
Well,
ball.
that was it. That was Shrill, everybody. Vibe Clan with the 2-1 victory over Bleacher Boys pulls them up a little more in the rankings and definitely makes the Savage division a little bit closer Now, tomorrow, I believe we this is the last match tonight, but tomorrow, which is the 18th, we have I believe we have one game. Yeah, we got 3 Rocketeers versus the Arctic Assassins tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. for you people who are Central like me, who are better. Central is better. Hate to say it, it's just truth. But anyways, 9 p.m. Eastern, 3 Rocketeers versus Arctic Assassins, a meeting of the minds in the calculated division. The most condensed division in terms of points so far. So make sure to tune in for that. And other than that, Mr. Brightside, you got anything else before I close this out?
Not at all, my friend. Not at all.
All right, guys, you heard it here first. Vibe Clan with the 2-1 victory again over Bleacher Boys. If you're new here, make sure to go down and hit that Discord button or click !Discord in the chat. I put it there for y'all to join the QRLS. We're always looking for new members and new players to play in the next upcoming season, season 12. So make sure to go in there and fill out the player application, and we will get to it before next season starts, before the draft at least. But yeah, make sure to go and fill that one out. Also, make sure to go follow all of our socials, YouTube, X. Make sure to follow Twitch if you haven't, and turn notifications on definitely so you know when we go live. TikTok and Instagram are also linked below, so make sure to go and give those some love. And other than that, I don't have anything else. Oh yeah, if you haven't yet, make sure to use supported creator code QRLS in the in all the Epic Games things. Fall Guys, I think it works. Rocket League and Fortnite. If y'all still play Fortnite, I don't know. But yeah, that's all I have for tonight. Thank y'all for joining, and we will see y'all next time. Make sure to keep it quick.